What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Grant's Curb Appeal Lawn Care on this Sunday morning, right at about 6:35 or so. But just giving you a look at the beginning stages. What's going to be a pretty drawn out morning for as much as I can get done in a decent amount of time, that is. But as you can see here, all of the shrubs are overgrown and need some TLC. So I'm not going to waste a whole lot more time. I'm trying to give you just a quick overview of everything that I'm going to be dealing with over the course of a few visits here. My goal is to get every one of them that looks like this one taken care of. All of these. And you have this one up front here. But I'm also gonna take care of this. Get this cleaned up at the bottom of the tree here. Just get these overgrown parts out of the way. So that's just a quick walkthrough of what I'm about to take on. So y'all sit back, enjoy. I'm gonna get started. So right now it's in its 70 degree frame, early morning. Feels real good out right now. I'm not gonna even kid you. But the heat and possible rain is on the way, so I gotta take advantage of this dry moment. Get this. Oh. Y'all didn't see that. Get this stuff taken care of. While it's cool out a little bit. Don't have my gloves on, as I'm supposed to. Always. So I just want to come up with a segment that I think I'm going to try to put into my videos, you know, the more that I put out. And I just want to call this the takeaway segment. What I want you to take away from this is learn, if you haven't, gotten a little bit accustomed to doing so, just learn day by day to become a little bit better at networking. And what I mean by that is there's so much out here and so many people that can help you out in so many more ways than you can imagine if you just open your mouth and say, XYZ. And people are still out here willing to help you out, give you answers, advice, or even, if you're close enough to them, even come in person and give you a hand with any type of issue that you're dealing with. And I'll use myself for an example. I've been hearing about it for a long time. People coming out and spraying your property and, helping with the highway grass, the dandelions and things like that. I've heard about it for a while. And this season, talking with another guy that I work with who cuts grass was telling me how much of a difference it has made in, cutting some of his clients' properties, how much of a time saver it takes just to get that little bit of a simple solution sprayed on the lawn. That it saves you time and gets you out of that property maybe a few minutes faster than what you've already been getting in and out of. So I reached out to the guy that does the spraying, and I got him to spray 2 properties so far for me. And I just cut one of them. That's the beauty of voiceovers. I just cut one of them, and total difference with the highway grass. You can see where the dandelions are completely burnt on the property, and it has really reduced that double cutting and my time on that property so far. So I networked and got him to come and do that, and yeah, that's no big deal. But also when it came to trying to get my mower, my Skag Tiger Cat, problems resolved. I was calling people, I was texting people, I was online looking up, research, doing history on that type of mower. And all in all, after doing all of that, I got the problem hopefully solved, because I've used the mower, twice, one on a full route and one on a decent sized yard. I think it was about an acre of a yard that was pretty overgrown. And the mower did, I'd say excellent. So if you're not really good at networking, just take a moment out of your day or your time and just, Google something, or reach out to somebody that you may see online and say, hey, look, you're doing this to a great level and I want to learn how to do it. Can you teach me? Hey, this is my phone number. This is my email. This is how we can communicate back and forth and, bounce ideas off of one another. So that's just what I want you to take away from this video on this takeaway segment, is just take a little bit of time and learn to network, and, it'll help your business out. It'll help you out. It may not even be business related, but networking is, in my opinion, the goal to keeping success going in, whatever you got going on. So hopefully you take something away from this. Again, this has been a takeaway segment that I'm going to start putting on the channel for my videos to come. general area right there was where the yellow jacket's nest was, but I just didn't hit them at that direct moment. But once I got back to the end, which you'll see as the video goes by, I hit the nest and they came out and I bailed out of Dodge. I walked away, but once I got off the camera, I looked back and there was like maybe 2 or 3 coming in my direction, and I sprinted towards my truck. This is yellow jacket nest strike number 2. As soon as I hit them, they came up out of there. They were looking like they were coming my way, but they, again, for some reason or another, they wasn't too aggressive. But I ended up having to take them out so I could continue the job. So, again, please be careful when you're out doing the shrub works for these yellow jackets. Was the 3rd and final nest that I hit. Luckily, I managed to get away unscathed this time. But if you pay close attention to the video, you can see them swarming around, you know, coming up out of the bush. But once I covered the bush in the poison and they were getting into it, that pretty much took them out. So I said it in one of my other videos, and I kind of slacked up myself. But make sure you do a pre-shrub inspection before you actually get started on trimming these things. Excuse me for getting tongue-tied, because those yellow jackets, they do such a great job of hiding in these bushes, and once you go there and disturb them, if you're not really paying attention while you're out there doing work, it's too late. And if these were a little bit more aggressive, that would have been 2 to 3 times that I would have got attacked by yellow jackets. And the first time I probably would have been so mad till I probably would have stopped doing the job at hand anyway. But again, you gotta be careful when you're doing these shrubs, because yellow jackets, they just love to nest in these bushes here. So yeah. I want to speak on something else real fast. Forgive me for the audio for some of my videos. A lot of it, I'm still just, editing this off of an iPhone. That's where 99% of my, 100% of my videos are shot from. And I'm using the iMovie editing app, and I'm still, playing around with the features and ways you can edit your videos and everything else like that. So sometimes my audio is going to be a little bit louder, sometimes it's going to be a little bit lower. But I'm still adjusting and learning things as I go when it comes to doing this content creation stuff. So just bear with me, and hopefully one day I'll have it ironed out and in a good spot to where I can make sure all my audio, background music, and everything is all on one accord and sounding pretty good for the YouTube platform. So this is the conclusion of today's project. Hopefully you made it this far in the video. Again, like I said, this is going to be a couple of days worth of a project, but I got the main bushes that I wanted to get taken care of pretty much trimmed up and reshaped. And I believe, to my part, in my opinion, looking pretty good. As you saw, I hit 3 different yellow jackets nests on there today, and luckily they weren't super aggressive. But once I hit them, I backed away, I got my spray, and I went to town on, taking them out. But thank you for tuning in to another Grant's Curb Appeal lawn care video. Thanks for spending some time with me, and I will surely catch you on the next one. Y'all be easy, stay prayed up, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.